Okay.
Okay, you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, we're live on SWIM, SWIM. You already know that's the acronym for Say What You Mean. And I did have a caller before you, and it took up the majority of the time I thought I was going to be with you. So I'm going to be pretty much cut and dry with you. And this topic we're going to talk about could be considered sensitive. So if ever you decide you don't want to talk or you want to quit, I will respect that and let you go. Are you okay with moving forward?
Yes.
Okay. How's your day been so far?
So far, so good. Very busy.
Okay. All right. I have some questions. You know how it goes. I don't say names, but I do know you're familiar with my live stream, so you already know that if I ask a yes or no, if you can answer that, I would greatly appreciate it. If you choose not to answer yes or no, just let me know in advance. And if you insist on expressing or explaining yourself prior to the yes or no, you can do that. But just know that I eliminate a lot of confusion by getting yes or no's. But I will never stop you from expressing or explaining yourself at any time, as long as it's not during the time that I am asking a yes or no. We're good?
Yes, we're good.
Okay, cool. Here's my first question to you. Is there a difference between opinion and a fact?
Yes.
Can you give me briefly the difference between an opinion and a fact?
An opinion is when you basically form your own thoughts and how do I say that? Thoughts and ideas upon what you see, how you hear it, how you observe it. A fact is when you know for sure that it's been proven that it's a real thing.
So is a belief and a fact the same?
A belief and a fact.
If I believe something, is
No,
they're different?
different.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Okay,
Different.
here's my next question. Are you what you do? If I tell you something that's not true, am I a liar, yes or no?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Okay. Are you what you do is the question. Okay? And then I'm going to give you an example. If I say something to you that's not true, am I a liar, yes or no?
In my opinion, you are.
In your opinion, okay? Let's just look at what the definition of liar is. Okay, I'm going to ask the question a different way. So you just told me in your opinion. I don't necessarily want your opinion as much as I want your, let's see, what you know to be factual or truth. Because we just talked about a belief and a knowing and a fact, a fact. So you just said in your opinion. So if I tell you something that's not true, am I a liar, yes or no? In your opinion, you said I am. Okay.
Yes.
Here's my another question. If I tell you something that's not true, have I lied or am I a liar?
You lied.
Okay. Does lying make me a liar always?
No.
Sometimes?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. What if I tell you something that's not true that I thought was true, but it wasn't true? Did I lie? Yes or no?
You're making me think, Travis. Okay.
That's what I want to do.
No.
Okay, if I tell you something that I thought was true and it wasn't true, did I lie to you? Yes or no?
I'll say no.
Okay, well, you just said a few minutes ago to the
Okay,
same question. Slow down. You just said a few minutes ago to the same question that, in your opinion, I'm a liar if I tell you something that's not true. You just said that, in your opinion. But now you have more information. So now, are you changing your opinion? Yes. Are you changing your answer? Yes or no?
Okay, I'm going to change it to yes.
Yes, what?
Don't make me explain it because I'm a little confused about that question.
Okay, no, let me slow it down. And I know we're kind of, in the bushes right now. Let me just say this. Okay, I asked you just now, if I say something you or tell you something that's not true, did I lie? You said, in your opinion, yes. Then I gave you another example. If I tell you something that I think is true and I find out that it's not true, have I lied? And you said yes. And then I ask you, okay, if I tell you something that I think is true, but then it's not true, and then we find out that it's not true, does that make me a liar? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, well, your first answer was, in your opinion, yes.
Okay.
So are you changing your answer? Let me ask it all over again. If I tell you something that's not true, am I a liar? Yes or no?
Okay, I'm going to say no. I'll change it to no.
Okay, thank you. That was real easy.
Yes.
Okay, now, I've been knowing you for a while now, and my audience has no idea who you are, and you know that, listening to my live stream, it's one way. But when I'm talking to you on the phone, let's just say it's you and me, and we're just shooting the breeze sometimes, because you and me are cool. We go back like Cadillac. Do you notice that when I'm talking to you personally, that my communication with you, when I'm on the phone with just you and me, that it's a little different than when I'm on a live stream, and even like now? Because even like now, I'm not talking like we talk when we're shooting the breeze, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so there are certain things that I will say to you, about certain things or people or places that I probably wouldn't say in a public platform like my live stream, or in public, or at a town hall meeting. But my communication with you as my personal friend, I know you. You do know that there are certain things that I may not say that I would say. You agree with that? And the same with you. There's certain things you're not going to say to me, on this platform. You know that we're live. You're not going to talk to me the exact same way, right?
Right.
Because you know we're live.
Yes.
And you know that there's probably certain tones and even words that are probably not appropriate for our live stream, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so thank you. That was easy also. Now, I just presented you with some information. First, you said no. And then after we talked about it again, you changed your answer. Here's my question. Were you manipulated, persuaded, or convinced to change your answer? Did I manipulate you to change? Or did you have enough information to see where what you originally thought was just a little different?
Yes. I changed it because when you repeated it and explained it the way you did, I had to change it. I had to change my first answer.
Gotcha. Okay. So you were maybe convinced.
I wasn't manipulated.
You what?
I was not manipulated.
Okay. And maybe you were convinced or persuaded because you had more information.
Yes.
So what would it mean if you found out some different information, but you had already said it, and I tell you, you find out for sure that what you were thinking based on the information you had was wrong? What would it mean if you just stuck to your guns and say, well, you're still a liar? If you said something that wasn't true, even if you didn't know, you're still a liar. What would it mean if you did that? If you found out the truth about something, or you found out some different information that caused even you to change your thoughts and your perspective, what does it mean if, even though you know something different, if someone told you that I stole your lawnmower from your garage, and you believe what they told you, and then later on someone said to you that it wasn't him, it was someone else, and then the other person said, yes, it was me, it wasn't him, but then you still wanted to blame me? What would it mean?
Gosh. I'm not going to answer this right. It's going to come out the right way because I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
Well, no, let me help you. No, hold on a second. I understand why you could possibly not. Let me just say it in a different way. Okay, if you think one thing about me, whatever it is, and then you find out that what you thought about me was not accurate, and you got some different information that proved what you thought about me was not accurate, and you continue to think that about me after getting some different information, what does that mean?
I guess it means for me that I should have basically gathered the, instead of me forming the opinion right off the bat, I should have just basically gotten the correct information from the get-go to be able to come up with that opinion.
I know, but now that you have the information, you know different, and you're convinced that what you thought and what you believed is not the truth, but you still insist on making me responsible. What does that mean? Okay, let me help you. This is hold on, that's okay. Let me tell you what I think it means, and you tell me if it's right. It means that you're either stubborn or that you just want to be right or you want me to be wrong. Because if you have new information, my live stream is like listening, hearing, paying attention, and what you do with the information. So if you find some information and it doesn't change you, there's this saying, where I'm from, if you know better, you have an opportunity to do better. When you know better, you should do better. So when you know better and you still don't do better, it makes you either stubborn or just, a person who just needs to be right. So if you think something about me and then you find out it's not true and you still keep thinking that about me, something's wrong somewhere.
I get it.
Okay, so you get it now.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you for that. So here's my next and last question. For the audience, what is your ethnicity?
Hispanic.
Hispanic. Are you black Hispanic or white Hispanic?
I'm considered both.
Okay, which one are you more of? If I saw you across from the gas station from the street and you had on a blue shirt, and there was two ladies with blue shirts on, and one was my complexion and one was your complexion. If I said the white lady right there, would I be wrong if I thought you were white just by looking at you from a distance?
Yeah, I think you would be wrong.
So is your skin more light than or dark?
It's more darker than white.
It is?
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
Okay. So then you wouldn't be so let's just say the average person, let's just say an average 30-year-old person. If they just looked at you and you didn't say a word, just like from the side, would they think you were black or white?
White, I guess. I guess white.
Okay, now I know you're both. Even I got some non-black in me. I'm probably a certain percentage white, but if someone looks at me, it's clear that I am a black man, an American black man in America.
Okay.
So
let's change the answer and make it white.
Okay, all right. So you've been around black people, white people, and
Yes.
Spanish people. Can I say that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you notice any difference at all in the character and personalities, the general character and personalities? Like if you see a black woman at Walmart, if you see a white woman at Walmart, if you see a Latina woman at Walmart, would you expect different character traits and personalities from those different ethnicities? Yes or no?
Yes.
Very different, right?
Yes.
Name one difference that you know. Okay, this is what I'm asking you. Give me a word or a sentence that describes those three ethnicities, and we're only talking about women, not men. Give me one word or one sentence that would sum up, what you know in your lifetime, the character traits or personality traits of, let's just say, a Latin woman. What would you expect to hear or see?
They would speak, you mean, or maybe just
general? What is it based on? Okay, you've met more than 500 Latina women before, correct?
Yes.
And we're talking about the ones with the same shade skin as yours and maybe even lighter. Okay. Of all of the more than 500 Latina women in your lifetime, there's something unique about all of them, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And there's something that's similar that they have in common, that just a plain Jane white woman from Alabama is just not like them.
Yes.
Okay. And you've known probably more than 500, black women that are American black women. And there's something unique about them, their personality, so to speak, that you would notice. So what I'm asking you to do is give me one word or one sentence that would describe the character traits or personality traits of each ethnicity as it relates to women. And let's just say, considering what I think your age is, let's just say women between 35 and 60. Large margin there. So go. Give me a word or a sentence that describe the character traits.
Okay, for a black woman, it would be the way that they would come across is like they wouldn't take any issues from anyone. They would be straightforward. They would be loud.
Loud. Okay, that's your one word. Okay. So when you said you got a word and a sentence, you said they wouldn't take any issues. Maybe you were being sweet about it. You're saying they don't take no mess.
Yes.
All right. So that also could translate into pretty straightforward, maybe even aggressive.
Okay.
But you're saying your word was loud.
I'll use word loud for now. Yeah.
All right, we'll use her. Okay, and give me the word for the Latina woman. Word or sentence?
They can also be loud, but I would say they would say
personality trait, character trait.
Let's go with. Let me go back to the white. It would be very submissive.
Wait, you going to the white or the Latina?
I switched from Hispanic to white.
Okay, well, you already gave me the word for the white now. So now we're stuck. The last one, this is going to be easy. Give me the character trait or personality trait for the Latina woman.
I would say the same thing as I would say for a black woman, but I'll change it up and I'll say stubborn.
Stubborn. So we have stubborn, submissive, and loud.
Yes.
Okay. Well, strange as it may be, my first conversation was with the black woman, and I found her to be consistent with what you just described. She was a bit loud, and she just was not backing down on anything. It was very difficult for me to get cooperation. She overtalked me, she outtalked me, she was loud. She used quite a bit of profanity, and it was just very difficult to get any kind of organization out of her. And she's a really good friend of mine. But, that's what I expect because it's what I'm accustomed to being in the same culture. Secondly, I spoke with a white woman who was of Sicilian ethnicity, but she was a white woman. And she was very submissive. She listened to everything I said. She had some personal things that were a little questionable that probably will require a little more time, but she was just exactly what you described. She had a more of a submissive tone, and she cooperated with me, and we spoke for almost an hour, and not once did she raise her voice. She didn't cuss, and she didn't seem to not be taking any junk or any, situation. They don't take any, whatever you call it. And she was that. And even you, I would go ahead and say that you can be stubborn sometime. Would you agree?
I agree.
Oh my goodness. Now, that's not coming across in our conversation that's being broadcast right now, but I've been knowing you for a while, and you are 100% dead on spot. You are about to be one of the most stubbornest people that I know. But I love you. You're a sweetheart, and I ain't taking nothing for you. Less than $10 billion. But, you're right. And I don't think it's bad or wrong that what we just did was gave a fair, sensible, and reasonable assessment of our experiences with different, ethnicities. Now, in closing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow you to hear that one conversation. And maybe in the next, live stream, I'll let you hear the Sicilian lady conversation, but that's it's not necessary. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you hear the conversation with me and my black friend, and I want to get your opinion on what you hear. We're going to talk about it. So it doesn't have to be today, whenever it can. It's only like a 7-minute conversation. I'm going to send it to you. You can listen to it, and whenever you're ready, you let me know, and we'll do what we did today, and we'll talk about that conversation the next time you and I are, we meet. You okay with that?
Yes, I'm okay with that.
I appreciate it. Oh my goodness. Anything you want to ask me or say to me at all before we go? Because I'm going to let you go in record time.
No, we're good.
You sure?
Thank you for this experience.
Absolutely. So in the next couple of hours, I'm going to send you the other conversation. After you listen to it, you send me a text and let me know when you're ready, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Have a good day. We'll chat soon.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't believe. Well, I don't. Hey.
Well, then
I
say
have
that.
No proof.
Say then.
I have
Okay,
no
then
proof.
why don't you
have
say
no proof.
I
Stop,
believe
stop,
you
stop.
don't? No,
I
don't tell me to
have
stop.
proof.
Let me
I'm
make
trying to say.
I know,
Well,
but
I'm at fucking work, and I'm trying to get
I
something
know,
out
but
because
I want to.
you're
So
taking up
am
my
I.
time.
So listen, we're taking up each other's time. I just have a question. Then, if you don't mind, if you could possibly say, "This is what I believe." Don't just make the statement about me. If it's what you believe, then say that. So I take it you have listened to the audio?
Yes, I did.
Okay, your message says, "She got me told." Is that how you want to start this conversation?
No, am I like on? Am I being recorded?
We're live right now.
Oh. Okay.
So your message says she got you told. So that's what
Yes,
I want
she
to.
did.
That's what I want to start with. So expound/elaborate.
Well, she basically hit it on the nail with a lot of things.
Hit what on the nail?
Everything she said. Well, let's go back because I didn't hear the questions that you asked.
Okay, stop for a second. You have to be careful now. I ask you
I
to
got
listen for a reason. Remember, this is Talk About Talking. Swim. Say what you mean to the best of your ability. Your first response was, "She got me told." Second response, you said she hit it on the head. And now you're saying everything. So I want you to break that down. Those words you use, everything, hit it on the head, she got me told. Let's just start with hitting it on the head, and then we'll go to getting me told. So what was hit on the head?
Well, she was basically giving you her opinion on how you are.
How I am, or how
You
she,
comment-
hold on, slow down. How I am, or how she sees me.
How she sees you.
Okay, is there a difference in how she sees me and how I am? Yes or no?
Yeah, there's a difference, but no.
Hold on, now you're giving me the buts. Okay, it's okay. So there is a difference between how I am and how she sees me. Is there a difference?
Yeah.
Just a yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, now go ahead with your but. What's the difference?
The thing is that she, for example, she's known you for a lot of years, so she knows how you are. And I'm trying to be. I'm trying. I didn't know that we were going to be live, so I'm trying to be careful as far as because
Just be
I.
yourself. And of course, how do you mean you know we're not going to be live? I told you this is for my live stream and it's going to be live. And I said, let me know when you're ready to discuss it. So we're discussing it live, just like we discussed, the other conversation prior to you listening. So now that you've listened, we're going to cover some of the things that we went over. You remember the questions from before? You remember the things
Yes.
you said? You said a lot of things that agreed with not me, but with basic common communication and just common. You said a lot of things that is not consistent with she hit it on the nail she hit it on the head and she got me told. So I'm hearing an instant contradiction in what you said in the beginning versus what you're saying now. And it's okay. This is not about trying to prepare because you're never going to be able to know where anybody is going unless you're like, God. So just tell me what was hit on the head and how was I gotten told?
The question that you asked regarding, you wanted an example of a Hispanic, for example, black woman and a white woman. Not everybody's the same, so that's the opinion that I can give of all three. But at the same time, you have black women that are submissive, you have Hispanic women that are submissive, back and forth. So she was basically saying how she is, as far as she doesn't take any shit. Pardon my French. She doesn't. And you're a type of person, from what I perceive, that you like to be. You want people to agree with you all the time.
When did I ever say that?
You didn't have to say it. Basically, in conversation, when depending on what the conversation is, you will listen to the person's opinion. But
Okay,
then
hold
again,
on. I have to listen. You just said, I want someone to agree with me all the time. Those were your words.
Yes.
Okay. I am contesting that. I don't care if someone agrees with me, and I don't want someone to agree with me. What do you have on me? What example do you have that suggests that I want someone to agree with me all the time?
Okay, so I guess wasn't prepared for this conversation.
Well, you don't have to be prepared. That's why it's talk about talking. You just made a statement, and I'm just examining your statement for accuracy. You just said something about me that I don't agree with. So all I'm trying to do now, if you said it, you must have some kind of example or proof or facts about it. So what about me says I want someone to agree with me all the time? Before you answer that, I'm going to contest that. First of all, I don't want anyone to agree with me, and I don't care if someone does agree with me. So what do you have on me that suggests that I want someone to agree with me all the time? Because that's what you said.
At this particular second, I don't have an example, but I do have to say that you are very analytical. I mean, you dissect everything that comes out of a person's mouth.
Okay, I will agree with that. Notice what you say that's factual and truth and that's relevant. Okay, I'm going to agree with. But you just made a statement. You said she hit something on the head. You said she got me told. And you said something else I'm going to have to go back to. But what you're saying now is that, okay, I'm analytical. Yes, I like to listen and I like to analyze things because I don't want someone just saying something just because they feel something or because they have a belief or because they have an agenda. So yes, I do like to examine things and people and especially what they say. So I still want you to tell me what you have on me that suggests I want someone to agree with me. Being analytical doesn't mean I want someone to agree with me, and you say it all the time. So I want you to show me what you have that proves that or shows any evidence of that.
Ooh. this has been a stressful evening trying to get all this stuff together. When she was talking to you about how she I guess views you, she was basically telling you how in her opinion how basically how she is a black woman, how a black woman is versus how other people are. I mean, okay, this is not working right now, Travis. Honestly, everything is not coming out right. So I'm not. I'm trying to come up with.
Well, if you don't, hold on a second. If you don't speak for yourself, you're going to leave me and the audience no other choice but to conclude what's happening. I already figured out what I think is happening, but I want to give you a chance to speak for yourself. And if you don't become clear, I have no other choice but to analyze what you're saying based on what's coming out of your mouth. Right now, I'm giving you a clear opportunity. You said three things. She got you told. You said she hit it on the head. And then you're saying that, I want to make sure that I hear what you're saying. So what do you have on me that suggests I want someone to agree with me all the time? I've asked you that 4 times and you have given me nothing.
Well, I guess I don't have my
Well, why don't you go get your together, listen to it again, and then we can talk again. How about that? Because you said you would listen to it and you would give me your feedback. And you did. And you got some feedback, but
still she really put you in your place, and sometimes you don't want to hear that. She really said stuff that you didn't want to hear.
But okay, now how do you know what I want to hear? How are you inside my head to know what I want to hear? Because there's nothing she said that I didn't want to hear. And anything she said that I chose not to talk about was not that I didn't want to hear it. I just didn't think it was appropriate to mention at that time. And I was very clear. I said, I don't want to talk about that with you on this platform. And if she had continued to do that, I guess I would have done the best I could. What I realized after listening is that what she was saying was not only personal, but she was saying something that was not necessarily accurate. But we eventually got that straightened out, and I was at a place where I was at peace with what she was saying. Because what I heard from the beginning, I was listening with my feelings. And what she was saying, although it was personal and probably not appropriate for that platform, what she was saying was not factual. And when she said it, I was like, well, that's not true about me. And I wanted to make sure that that was made clear before she said anything else. So you just said several things, and I'm looking for what your evidence is of what you're trying to say. You said she said something that I didn't want to hear. She got me told. She put me in my place. What place am I? What did she put me in? Because I was in the same place when I was started and when I finished, and even right now. I am a person, as you said, I do analyze, I listen, I pay attention. And that's all I was doing with her, and it's all I'm doing with you now. And you can tell me how you feel. What I think is happening is you recognize that I am on point with what it is I say. And I had another listener that says I was something to the effect that I was, organized and poised or whatever she said, to the degree that I pay attention. And I don't think I put her in her place. You're saying she put me in my place. I just don't know how. Because normally...
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, but by me saying that she put you in your place, she basically told you how she felt, and she wasn't backing down to whatever she felt of whatever was being said.
Okay, slow down right there. What someone feels is an emotion. An emotion beside a fact or a principle is just that, just an emotion. She can tell me how she feels. You can tell me how you feel, but it doesn't necessarily have to be my reality. So what place did she put me in? What did she tell me? You said she got me told. Where I'm from, that means somebody, you know.
Where I'm from, it means that she just told you how she felt. She didn't care. She had no filter. She said what she said, and she meant what she said, and that was it.
Well,
we didn't really have a topic. I mean, you guys weren't even discussing what the question you were asking at the beginning of the whole thing.
Well, we didn't get into that because the conversation went to a place that got out of that. But you're saying that you made a comment. You said she was saying things that I didn't want to hear. How do you know what I wanted to hear?
Okay, maybe I don't know. I didn't know what you wanted to hear.
Right, but that's what you just said.
Somebody put that. That's the way I'm going back to the way she said, the way that she came across. She said what she said, and she had no filter. She basically told you what she wanted to say, and she wasn't backing down. That's the meaning for me of saying she put you in your place.
Well, okay, now let me give my opinion of what I think happened. You say she put me in my place. I think she was loud. She was uncooperative. I found some things she said to be rude and inappropriate. And when people are loud and aggressive that way, you know, from street talk, it sounds like, okay, somebody got told or they got put in their place. But the only thing I think happened was someone was just loud and out of control. So if you think someone being loud and rude and uncooperative, and that's putting someone in their place, okay.
It's just for me a phrase of saying when somebody kind of like just tells you boom, boom, boom what they feel, and they're not backing down.
Right, but where was the credibility in what she said? What she said was not factual or true or even applicable.
Well, that's your opinion.
Well, hold on. Stop. It was not an opinion. It was a fact. She said that I don't date black women. That's not a fact. It's not the truth. And it's not an opinion. It is, I do date black women. So you tell me how what she said was credible.
Well, I can't say that because she knows you longer than I do. She might know you in a different level as far as the conversation that you guys have had.
Okay, well, hold on, stop for a second, please. Never in my conversation have I said I don't date black women. Let me hold on a second. Let's get into it a little bit. My conversations may have involved certain types of women, and that's black, white, and any other woman. But as it relates to the black women that I've interacted with, I do notice a difference in the energy. And what I got with her was something that I don't prefer. I don't prefer that in terms of someone that I am, interacting with the potential of making them a life partner. That would be difficult for me. That kind of energy would be hard for me. And you can call me whatever you want.
You're right.
Okay, so maybe to say I don't like black women or I don't date black women, as opposed to I prefer not to interact with that kind of aggressive energy, does not mean I don't like women. Doesn't mean I don't prefer black women. I just don't prefer that level of aggression. Now, let me just ask you some questions. Do you think she was louder than me? Yes or no?
She was.
Do you think she spoke more than me? Yes or no?
She did.
Do you think she overtalked and outtalked me? Yes or no?
She did.
Do you think she was cooperative at all with just the basics? Not with me, but just with the basic things that I was asking.
Well, yeah, she basically took over the conversation.
Okay, hold on, slow down. Hold on a second. That has some merit. I am the host, and she took over the conversation. What does that say?
She was just saying what she felt.
Well, you have to. I didn't say. I'm not saying there's anything wrong or right. What I'm saying is that I found her interaction with me to be aggressive, overpowering, uncooperative, and very unpleasant for me. Now, I don't have to deal with her or that every day. And the caliber of person that I choose to date or to get to know on a personal level for perhaps a long-term relationship, the moment I hear that, feel that, or sense that, no, I don't want that at all. And I do get that a lot from people that look and sound like her. Don't get me wrong. There are many black women that don't sound or act like that. But when we did our interaction, you told me your words were black women were loud. Why would any person want someone overpowering, loud, uncooperative? All those things you just answered that you observed yourself. You said she basically took over the conversation.
You did.
Okay, well, why would I be out of place if that's not something that I prefer? And guess what? If I met someone who was non-black and they had that energy, I don't think I would be moving close to that. And guess what? There probably are some people that are that way. But based on what you said and what everyone else knows, there's an energy, there's a personality trait that goes with mostly black women that sound like her. And white women sound a little different. You remember what your word was for white women? I thought you said submissive. And then you said, the Latina women were kind of sort of what? All about them or something like that?
I forgot what I said. But you have that in every culture. You have black women.
I am not saying that I don't. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not talking about, I don't use every and all, but for the most part, you called it yourself. You called her loud. You called white women submissive. And you called Latina women a little more about themselves. What was your word?
Stubborn.
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 Okay. Well, why is it that you can have that observation and be okay, but I can't? Because as a man, that's what I observe. And I observe the same thing that you observe in those cultures. So again, how did I get told and how did I get put in my place with someone taking over a conversation?
It's a figure of speech for me when somebody is just telling you what they're telling you in their feelings, and that's what I meant by she put you in your place.
While she was in her.
However you want to interpret it in that sense, that's on you. But basically, for me,
hold on, I'm not interpreting anything. Hold on. If you mean something different than what you're saying, this is your opportunity to say you meant something else. But when from what I understand, when someone gets put in their place, someone is, were proven wrong, or were like, that putting someone in their place means that somebody got. And if that's how you feel about the conversation, it's how you feel. I'm asking for your feedback. Do you feel that I got proven wrong in anything that I said? Was I proven unreliable in anything I said?
The reason that for me, I was kind of thrown back as to why it went this way. I mean, it was nothing to do with the conversation that you had asked before, the questions. You know what I'm saying? You guys didn't get to the part of discussing the white, the black, Hispanic, none of that. The part that I'm saying that she put, and like I said, it's a figure of speech for me when somebody just puts you, they say what they feel, no filter, they don't care how it came out. She did some cursing here and there.
Hold on a second, stop for a second, stop. What you are describing is someone who is rude, out of control. When you say someone doesn't have filters.
Not necessarily all the time.
I didn't say all the time. Notice I don't use all and every. I didn't say all. In that case, you said she was loud. You said she overtalked and outtalked me, and she took over the conversation. How?
And that's me. She was in her feelings. She said what she said.
But
I understand your part in saying that all that, and I agree to a certain extent.
You
But
agree
she
with
said
what? What do you agree with? What do you agree with?
the part that she took over the conversation because you guys didn't get to talk about the
Well, you
topic.
don't have a choice but to agree with it. It's plain as day. So whether you agree with it or not, it is a fact.
Okay, so don't ask me then. If you that's a fact.
Wait a minute.
It's a
Why are
fact.
you speaking to me that way? Don't ask you. I'm at.
No, I'm just. I mean, it's like you know what you meant to say, and you know. So it's just leave it alone. I guess I don't know what else to say.
But what do you mean, Lee? I'm not doing anything. I wanted your feedback, and all I'm doing
I'm
is
giving you my feedback,
I
and the
know.
only thing I can go by is how she was in her feelings and said what she said.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I can't give you an opinion as to the opinion of the questions that were asked before.
Okay. Here's my
Because
question.
you guys didn't get there.
When people are having no filters and in their feelings, are they exercising a level of control and maturity? Or does that sound like someone who is not in control or considerate or mature?
By a person giving their opinion, or just that doesn't make her immature.
I didn't say it did. Listen to what I'm saying. People that have no filters, people that curse, people that say what they feel, that overtalk and outtalk someone, that are uncooperative, what do you call that? Is that mature or immature?
I call it mature. If they say what they say, take me as I am, or don't take me at all. Now, I understand the point is, I mean, you can't, you have to. I understand the part of that when you're in a platform where you have to be careful what you say, and you don't want to all that. But my thing is, she was in her feelings. She said what she said. However it came out, and that's it. And that doesn't make her immature. She just said what she felt.
I never said she was immature. What I'm saying is people that have no filters are not the people that I want to be in control of my operation. That's all I'm saying. Do you?
And that's perfectly fine.
How about you? Would you want someone if you had a restaurant and you had a manager that had no filters? Would you want them running your restaurant when customers came in and had a problem?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay, well, I don't understand what you're
that.
glorifying in what she did, in such that she put me in my place or got me told. Because
She said what she said. She didn't care how it came out.
well, hold on a second.
That's my only opinion when it comes to
I
that
know,
part.
but when you don't care how something comes out, everything should be done in decent and in order. I'm not saying she was indecent or out of order, but you said she was loud. She overtook the conversation. Is that decent and order to do to someone who is a host?
It's not, Travis, but she said it's not.
Okay, now that we've gotten through all of this, give me your summary in one paragraph to the best of your ability. What were your thoughts of the overall interaction?
Well, like I said, I'm just going.
Hold on one second. Hold on. Oh, I've got to take this call. Can you do me a favor and sum up what you have to say?
That is it. Basically, she said what she said. You didn't like how she came across.
Hold on a second. I never said that. Hold on. You putting words in my mouth. I never said I didn't like it.
Well, you weren't happy with her with the interaction.
That's not true. My happiness had not. Okay. I did have a preference that I thought was justified. Hold on. I had a preference that was justified. I didn't think what she was saying at that time, and I said it. I didn't want to discuss that particular thing with her on this platform. And I went on to say that, I expect a certain level of privacy, outside of a public platform. So I don't want you to say I didn't like something, because my liking it was irrelevant. Notice I didn't hang up on her or tell her she had to go. If she didn't have to go, I would have stayed in the conversation and would have did the best I could. If she had gone on to speak on things that I preferred not to, I would not have cut her off or hung up. And whether I liked it or not, all I can do is ask her to do something. I can't force her or make her. I'm not going to overtalk or outtalk her. Do me one favor. I do have to go. Give me your last.
Okay.
Give me your last. Your closing remark.
Regarding this whole fiasco, it is what it is, and move forward. That's all I have to say.
Okay, I appreciate you.
That's it.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right.